Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Penn Vicarage. Hoping this finds you really well and cheerful, and happy Monday to you. Hope you had a lovely weekend and looking forward to yet another sunny day. I quite get used to it. Just to remind you, as it's Monday, that if you are enjoying these talks, do please like them and then share them with your friends as well, so other people can enjoy them too. And in case you didn't know, we're also sending, you can get them on YouTube now, and also we're sending over 30 DVDs every week as well, to people who haven't got Facebook, so they can enjoy them. So if you're enjoying these talks, do please, like I say, pass them on to your friends. What I thought I'd do this week is I'm going to read you a series of Psalms. And if I'm on a roll at the end of the week, I might give you 5 more next week as well. The Psalms are absolutely fantastic. They really, really get inside them, and they really, really feed your soul hugely. It's basically the Old Testament hymn book or songbook. Most of them, not all of them, most of them written by a guy called King David in the Old Testament. And like I say, I thought I'd give you 5 of them this week. And today we're going to look at Psalm 121. One of the many lovely things about Penn are the views. There are some truly amazing views around Penn, even when there's not the lovely blossom in the spring. I mean, for example, there's the view from the Churchwell car park, for which you can see the one on the left are the Malvern Hills, and to the right is the Aberley Hills, where we had a quiet tour a couple of years ago. You can see those from the Churchwell car park. If you stand on the golf course, you can see the blue Clee in the distance with the communication tower on top. It's a lovely view as well towards Bridgnorth. And also the other view you might not know about, if you go into the churchyard and look north, you can see right over Wolverhampton, right over the Molyneux and St Peter's and St John's and so on, and you can see the Hensford communication tower in the distance. A lovely view north as well. So it's a lovely views around Penn. And it always reminds me of this psalm I shall read to you this morning. Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes to the hills, from where will my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. He who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. I read it this morning partly because it's beautiful and very, very well known, and some of the best known words in the Bible, really, but also because it's hugely misunderstood. Along with the book of Jonah and a couple of others, it's some of the most misunderstood books in the Bible. Because a lot of people think it goes like this: I lift up my eyes to the hills where my help comes from. That is exactly the opposite of what it actually says. Actually, there's a full stop in the middle there. What King David's really saying is, I lift up my eyes to the hills, full stop. New sentence. Where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord. So what he's saying is, my help doesn't actually come from the hills, even though I'm looking at them. My help comes from the Lord. And he's making quite a bold statement there, because in those days there were hills around Jerusalem. People used to worship all sorts of bizarre gods and things onto the sun and various other things around there. And what he's saying is, other people can worship whatever they like on the hills or wherever, but I'm putting my trust in the Lord. And today, people worship and put their trust, that's the same thing really, put their trust in all sorts of things. They put their trust in themselves. Their belly becomes their God. They put their trust in money. They put their trust in superstition, or all manner of things they put their trust in. But what David is saying is here, and what we can say is, other people can trust in whatever they like. But I put my trust in the Lord, where my help comes from the Lord. And he goes on to say about your foot being moved and so on. And effectively what he's saying is, the Lord will guard you. In other words, I can trust in God because God will protect me. All right? He will protect me. He will guard my life and protect me from evil. You can trust in God because God will protect you. You can also trust God because God never sleeps. You know, I mean, I'm not sleeping all the time. God doesn't have Sunday afternoon naps. God doesn't nod off for 8 hours of the day. God's on it 24/7. So God protects us, but all the time. Not just on a good day with the wind behind him. God protects us all the time, by day and by night, so that you'll not be hurt by the sun and you won't be hurt by the moon either, because God's there all the time. So God protects us and God's all the time. And furthermore, this isn't a flash in the pan, because he'll protect your going out and your coming in from this time forward and forevermore. So we have a God, a Lord, who protects us, who guards us, protects us. He does it all the time, and he does it forever. So like David, we can look at the hills and we can look at the hill, the beautiful, and we can say, people can worship whoever they like. People can trust in whatever they like, but my trust, my help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth, protects us, does it all the time, and does it forever. Told you I love those Psalms. That's 121. Another one tomorrow. Something